Hello and welcome to our build guide featuring the newest addition to the game, the Hollow Palm Technique Keystone. This keystone allows you to use quarterstaff skills with no weapon equipped. You will gain flat physical damage depending on the skill gem level, attack speed per evasion, and base critical strike chance per energy shield on all your armor pieces. This setup can work with any skill, but we will focus on the Ice Strike and Shattering Palm combo due to their great clear speed, damage potential, and gameplay enjoyment. Both Ice Strike and Shattering Palm teleports you to your target when striking, providing excellent mobility and fast-paced combat. The Shattering Palm releases an expanding ring of cold that attaches crystals to nearby enemies, which can be shattered to deal area damage. It will be your main clearing ability. For tougher enemies, you will use the Ice Strike combo, further supplemented by the usual Tempest Bell and charged staff skills. This keystone can be combined with multiple ascendancies. The INVOKER is a very good choice for all purposes. It grants a massive amount of spirit, ignores the elemental resistances with critical strikes, and provides one unique skill depending on your preferences. The Meditate to quickly refill your energy shield or Unbound avatar for a short but powerful buff that greatly amplifies your damage. Compared to a usual weapon, your unarmed attacks will have a lower amount of flat damage, but will be significantly faster and more likely to score a critical hit. With good armor pieces, you can achieve over 25% base critical strike chance, which is insanely high and allows for very efficient scaling. Your damage is tied to energy shield and evasion on your gear, so you will naturally focus on those defenses. It is also possible to include some deflection rating. Your energy shield recovery is reliant on Ghost Shrouds, or the optional Meditate skill. Freezing enemies also greatly helps with avoiding damage. It is a melee build, but you will be insanely fast and have great area coverage with icy explosions. Your damage against bosses is also great. The combos are simple and easy to execute. The Hollow Palm excels at early levels of investment, but also can be infinitely scaled with better gear in the endgame. There are very few useful, unique items for this build, and most of them are quite expensive as well. The jewels are applicable for most builds, so they are always in high demand. Crackling Palm is an automatic skill that triggers on unarmed melee attack. It adds plenty of damage to your every attack and can speed up your clear speed by automatically shattering the exploding ice crystals. This jewel can grant you tons of extra elemental damage. It can also greatly reduce the duration of dangerous ailments on you. Extra gem levels for your skills are always good, but for the Hollow Palm it also raises your base physical damage by 8. It is not a huge deal, but it quickly adds up. The armor pieces should have high evasion and energy shield. Maximum life is somewhat important, although you should include it on pieces where it doesn't compete with energy shield. For offense, seek added elemental damage, attack speed, and critical strike modifiers. The more energy shield you have on your gear, the more the critical damage bonus becomes powerful. Gem levels are also crucial. Lastly, you will need at least one gear piece with mana leech. Rings can add a lot of flat elemental damage to your attacks. Try to get at least one modifier that grants fire damage to speed up activating the Unbound avatar. It should also boost your maximum life, attributes, and resistances. Rare Amulet provides additional gem levels, critical strike bonuses, but also a lot of defense via energy shield, maximum life, and resistances. Getting it all will be expensive, so you will have to decide what is more important for you. Rare body armor is the most potent source of evasion and energy shield. In addition to that, resistances, maximum life, or deflection can be obtained here too, but it raises the prices accordingly. A pure energy shield helmet is the best here. It will still grant you tons of evasion thanks to the subterfuge mask Notable. It will require a lot of extra intelligence to wear, so you might still choose the hybrid piece at first. Gloves can grant you tons of damage via gem levels, attack speed, critical damage bonus, and added elemental damage. They can also provide mana leech. On the rare boots, get evasion, energy shield, and movement speed, since mobility is important. You can also get a significant reduction to elemental ailment duration on yourself. The belt is a great piece to gain tons of elemental and chaos resistances. You can also try to include some maximum life or mana for better sustain. Aim for jewels that improve your energy shield and critical strikes or attack speed. Recovering life and mana on kill is also useful, especially if you get caught by a mana siphoner. Ice Strike is your primary damaging ability. It teleports you to your target, deals converted cold damage, and performs a sequence of 3 hits. The last hit is significantly stronger. As you get more attack speed on your gear, you can replace the rapid attacks with the blindside support to make your critical strikes more frequent and powerful, but you will need a reliable source of blind on your other skills. Use Shattering Palm to dash into a pack of enemies and attach shards to them. These shards will explode, initiating a chain reaction with Herald of Ice. The ambush make this skill very efficient at clearing entire packs, even at lower investment levels. You can also include freeze support to ensure chaining reactions. Tempest Bell creates a bell that can be hit to release damaging shockwaves. It requires combo to use, which you will accumulate very quickly. You can also use the new Aelith's Chimes lineage support to generate power charges with this skill, but it conflicts with the automatic Combat Frenzy setup due to the Resonance Keystone. The Charge Staff provides additional lightning damage and creates extra shockwaves for all your attacks. The shockwaves deal a decent amount of damage, but can also be used for utility, such as applying blind, ailments, or leeching some mana. Herald of Ice causes shattered enemies to explode on kill, dealing a decent amount of attack damage. It significantly improves your clear speed. Since heralds can't trigger other herald effects, you should focus on increasing the area coverage and damage of those explosions instead. The ambush is once again very powerful here. With the Herald of Thunder active, killing shocked enemies causes your next few attacks to trigger a lightning bolt, further improving your clear speed. The same logic and support gems apply to this herald as well. You can also use Electrocute and Neural Overload supports to pacify rare enemies that might survive the explosions. Wind Dancer grants a stacking buff that improves your evasion rating. Upon getting hit, you lose the buff, but release a damaging shockwave around you. The Wind Wave deals a solid amount of damage. Some utility can also be gained here, such as additional life leech that might just save your life in very dangerous situations. Ghost Dance generates ghost shrouds over time. Upon getting hit, you will consume them to recover energy shield based on your evasion. Lowering the duration causes this skill to generate shrouds faster. You can also include some utility gems if you have spirit to spare. Combat Frenzy will passively grant you a power charge when you freeze an enemy. You will need to allocate the Resonance Keystone, otherwise you would gain Frenzy Charge. The Profusion gives you additional charge generation, but it will still be quite hard to fully sustain charges against bosses. Quest rewards are very typical. The extra charms are very useful to deal with ailments. As the reward for the Venom Crypt, you will want extra protection against stuns. The bonuses in the last act are more versatile. You can't go wrong with extra resistances, but bonus to all defenses will be useful as well. The campaign progression is very easy, but the critical strike scaling will be completely unusable at first. You will barely have any base critical chance even with the best gear available for your level. It only starts to matter once you reach maps, and scales insanely well as you obtain the highest tiers of gear possible. However, the flat physical damage you get from skill levels is the complete opposite. It is insanely strong in the early game, but loses its momentum later on. It is an ideal situation for the campaign, as critical strikes are not that great without full investments anyway. During the leveling, you should focus on generic attack or elemental damage notables, and pick the crit and energy shield notables once you approach the maps. In the final passive tree, you will try to pick every critical strike notable at reasonable proximity, and some increases to your attack damage and speed. You will also need something for your defense, namely, most of the important energy shield and evasion notables. We highly encourage you to give this build a try. It is very fun and powerful. If you want to see more of our work, consider leaving a like or subscribe to the channel. Thank you for watching, and see you soon in the next video.